Good morning guys, today is Tuesday. I've just been getting myself ready for the day and I thought I wanted to film a video, but I thought maybe I would film it in more of a relaxed style because I've personally been really enjoying doing a little bit more vlogging. I will show you my outfit, but in terms of my hair, I cut it last night. For anyone wondering, I actually I cut my own hair. I've been doing this for years, actually even before we moved to Australia. When we moved here before the wedding, I started going to a salon in Paddington and it was very expensive for a 5-minute haircut, so I thought I can just go back to doing it myself. It was quite funny because I was at an event with Clarins not too long ago and I was sitting next to a hairdresser from Edwards & Co and I was telling him I cut my own hair, and honestly he said to me, he's like, your hair looks pretty good. He said, for something as simple as your cut, I mean, you could do it yourself. He said you don't have to go to a salon for that, so that made me feel a lot better about it. But I think it looks really good. I've almost gotten rid of all of that regrowth from when I tried to go blonde and the hairdresser just failed miserably. Let me show you what I'm wearing today. So I've gone for a really fitted dress. Normally I wouldn't wear dresses like this, but I find because I've now got a bit of a bump that they look really cute, and I feel like this sort of thing perfect if you live in a colder climate as well because you can layer it with tights. I do just have on my Everlane day gloves. I will say they're the most chic with this outfit, but they're comfortable just for doing things around the house. Earring wise, I'm wearing these really beautiful earrings from Fedoma Jewelry, which I absolutely love. They're just exquisite. I've got my little Majuri diamond necklace on and just my wedding rings. So yeah, that's my outfit of the day. So you can see my very nicely organized wardrobe behind me. It has made such a difference since I pulled out everything from my closet that no longer fit me or that I wasn't sure about, and actually just editing everything down. I have been wearing the same things on repeat, which I personally love. It means that you get so much more wear out of the items that you have, and that's definitely how I want to continue moving forward. So I think what I'm probably going to do every single season now is putting away or at least setting aside in another space all the clothing I'm not wearing, because I do tend to do like autumn winter videos in spring summer, so it makes it a little bit difficult to completely I guess do that method of, it's not exactly, I wouldn't call it a capsule wardrobe, but more just only keeping out seasonally appropriate items. So I might maybe just do more of an edited selection, so then when it comes to the following year I'm really excited to pull certain items out of storage again. The main thing that I wanted to share with you today are some items that I've added to my spring wardrobe. I actually also picked up a couple of more autumnal things, but I thought maybe I could give you a bit of a glimpse at what I've bought in terms of items that I feel will serve me well, not only through the pregnancy but also afterwards. I have talked about this previously, but I want to sort of limit the number of maternity items that I'm purchasing, just so that I'm buying items that will really add value to my wardrobe. Obviously not against buying maternity, and I have bought, I think I would say maybe 4 or 5 maternity items. One's sportswear, but aside from that I have kind of invested in a couple of things, items that I'm hoping I'll also be able to wear after the pregnancy while I'm sort of, my body is changing again the other way around. But yeah, I thought I would share with you those things. So I've got to pull everything out of my closet. I actually think I'll also give everything a bit of an iron and a steam before I share it with you and do try on and everything. So yeah, we'll kind of go through that. Also, finally started organizing the nursery, and I am going to be doing an entirely separate vlog on that. So it'll probably be set over a few weeks because we're sort of taking our time with it, and then I'll do a proper nursery tour when I've got it all decked out. But you should see the state of our spare bedroom. So, I mean, I really am quite house proud and I hate when things are cluttered and messy, but this is the state. So, I mean, this is already quite packed. It's got a lot of my coats and jackets. Some of Luke's jackets are on there, as well as the wedding dresses that I wore, but I've got a clothing rail on here. This is where I'm going to pop everything. This is my other little rail, which has some items that I still want to reach for, as well as a couple of new bits that I want to share today. And you can kind of see I've also used the bed as a bit of a catch-all. I bought a bunch of baby stuff from Bonds, so looking forward to sharing that with Luke tonight. But yeah, I'm just going to move this rack out and then we'll start sorting everything out to iron. video does include a paid integration with Philips. I'm so excited to be partnering with them again for their new Perfect Care Elite Plus Steam Generator Iron. You will have seen it in my previous video where I was reorganizing my wardrobe. I will link that up here, but we have been absolutely loving using it. Luke actually probably uses it more than me because he irons every single morning before he goes to the office. I thought today I'd show you how it functions as an iron, as I kind of just used it as a steamer in the previous video. So first thing I want to iron is this t-shirt because it's a little bit crinkly after coming out of the wash. This is a cotton tee. I might do silk afterwards. I really like the fact that you can go from cotton to silk without having to change your dial because there isn't one on the actual iron itself. But yeah, I've already got it all set up and ready to go. And it's already all hot. But you can just see how powerful it is. No more creases. I also figure I will re-iron my Realization Pass skirt, which, I mean, you guys have seen this loads, but it is a newer piece in my closet because this creases up so much, especially if I'm sitting in a really interesting position. I actually really like to iron my silks inside out. This is kind of how I've always done it, just as an added layer of protection, but I'm going to show you. I can just leave the iron on the fabric and it's not going to burn at all. Now, you might think I'm crazy doing this, but I'm just leaving the iron on the silk and this is pretty amazing. Like, it's just sitting there. It won't burn the silk at all. So it's got some really incredible technology in here. It's called the Optimal Temp technology, which automatically adjusts the temperature, and you can see not a single burn mark after that. Just need to iron out those creases there. But it's amazing. Very easy to use too. Up on my DSLR to run through all of the items. I've got them all here. I think there's about 10 pieces, 2 of which were gifted. Everything else I bought with my own money. First thing I wanted to start with is a dress that I've been wearing so much, especially when it's hot. We had a day where it was 35 degrees and this was what I decided to reach for. It's from a brand called Mademoiselle, which is an Australian brand, and it's a super long black cotton tiered maxi dress. And I will say right off the bat, this is exorbitantly expensive. I actually feel like it was $100 cheaper last year. Maybe I'm imagining things, but I do feel like there was a bit of a price jump from season to season. What I really liked about this is the fact that, one, it's got pockets. It's really long. It's made from a very nice cotton poplin, so very comfortable, especially when it's hot. But also I just thought this would be a perfect piece for transitioning from before baby, pregnancy, after baby. The straps on it are super long, so I did knot them at the back. I had a few questions about that, so I just found that was a very simple fix. You could sew it, but I thought at least this way I can let the straps down a little bit if I like. But it's very nice and floaty, very breezy, and something I know I'm going to be wearing so much throughout the summertime. The next 2 items are part of a set, and I've been wanting something in this particular style for over a year now. They're from a brand called Ruby, which is a New Zealand brand, one of my favorites, along with like Karen Walker, Kate Sylvester, Juliette Hogan, etc, etc. But I was really drawn to these 2 pieces because I thought the color of them was just absolutely divine. It's this gorgeous cornflower blue. It is described as lavender on the website, but definitely more of a cornflower blue in person. It has this lovely smocked detail on the top and these slightly off the shoulder straps, I would say. You can wear them off the shoulder or you can wear them up higher, depending on how you prefer or how you feel most comfortable. I like that this also has a lot of stretch to it, so again, one that I picked up with the intention of being able to wear it throughout most of the pregnancy. I did actually size up in both of these items, so usually I would wear a 6 in Ruby, but I got these both in an 8, so that's the bodice, and I just thought it's very cute. It's more of a cropped style, and then I also got the matching skirt as well, and this is just a really beautiful, on me I would say it's a midi to maxi length. It's not quite maxi, It's just a beautiful skirt with an elasticated waistband, which obviously perfect for me right now. The one thing I will say about both these pieces is that they are very delicate, so it's a very delicate cotton gauze that is prone to pulling. I can already see a couple of pulls on here, and I've been very, very careful with these two pieces. And also they are slightly sheer, so perfect as a beach cover up, but I've been wearing them with a little slip underneath. I've just got a very simple white stretch slip, which works really well. There's definitely a bit of variety in here because I've got some items that are much more autumnal, which includes this next piece. It's a cashmere sweater from Nadim. Now, I've had loads of questions about Nadim on my channel, and I really wanted to try some more of their items out. So I bought this when they had 20% off. This is their Luxe Unisex cashmere sweater. I loved the oxblood burgundy colour, which I thought would be really lovely for next winter, and it's much more oversized, and I actually went for a medium in this one because I wanted the same fit as the model, she was wearing a medium, but it's much more oversized than my classic cashmere crew neck. But the other thing I will say is that this is much thicker, so that one is very thin, whereas this one definitely has a lot more weight and a lot more heft to it. It isn't as soft though, it's still super soft. Like, this is just the softest cashmere that I think I have, aside from my Tout Sur with Love cardigan, but it is really lovely, and as you can see, a huge oversized fit on me will be perfect, I think, for next year, and so nice and snuggly. Also a nice departure from going for black and neutral shades, which is typically what I tend to wear the most when it comes to my sweaters. Then I thought maybe we'll talk about an accessory. Now, I'm going to say this is probably the silliest purchase that I've made since finding out that I was pregnant, but I decided to pick up a pair of the by far Tanja Mules. I've been wanting these for a really long time. You guys will probably know that I do tend to do a 30-day shopping rule when it comes to buying anything new for my wardrobe. I think I wanted these for about 6 months before I finally decided to pull the trigger on them. I got them for 15% off on Net-a-Porter. They had a sale. I think they've got 10% off at the moment actually, so if you are planning on buying anything, it's always good to apply that code. But I decided I would just go for it. I went for my usual size, which is an EU 40, and they're a really good fit. I will say, because there is very minimal straps on these, they do slip off a little bit easily, so I haven't worn them walking long distances yet. But what really drew me to them was this architectural heel. I like the fact that it's very geometric. It's got these sharp angles to it rather than being rounded. Just feels very different, as well as a squared off toe. There are tons of more affordable options out there, so I will link some dupes down in the description box below, but I'm hoping that my feet don't swell or permanently increase in size, because it would be a little bit of a tragedy for me, especially considering how much I love my shoe collection. Now, the only actual maternity piece that I've got on here is a pair of jeans, and I had been looking for a great pair of maternity jeans. For one, I am going to New Zealand, and I thought they would be great to have there. I know it will be cold for me because I've been climatized to the Sydney climate here, so I thought they would be handy. Also, if we have any cooler days, but as well at the end of the pregnancy, or when I have the baby and I'm still sort of going back to my, or close to my pre-baby size. So a recommendation that I got was Jeans West maternity jeans. If you don't live in Australia or New Zealand, you might not be able to get these, but honestly, of all the ones I've tried, these have been the best. I like the fact that they're under the bump rather than the over the bump ones. I just feel a little bit more comfortable. There's less fabric, and the style I thought was really flattering. These have a cropped hem as well, which is perfect, and the raw edge. I didn't love the little rip on the knee, but honestly, it's just a small detail. I could easily stitch that up and it wouldn't be an issue, but they're very, very comfortable, got so much stretch to them, and I think they're going to be a great option when I need something with a bit more coverage on my legs. I went for these in Australian 8, so I'd say that's half a size bigger than what I would normally wear, and they fit me perfectly. I will actually leave all the sizing information for everything I got down in the description box below in case that helps you guys out. Next is a dress. I've shared this on my Instagram and I absolutely adore it. This is from Farrow, and I actually bought this towards the very start of my pregnancy, and I actually think it might still be available. It was on sale, and then I bought it for an additional 20% off, which I thought was pretty incredible steal. I really like the smocked detail across the bust because it gives you a bit more room to move, the adjustable tie straps on the shoulder, and then the very feminine broderie anglais skirt. I just thought it was very beautiful, and again one which I could easily wear both before, during and after pregnancy because you can easily sort of slip this down for nursing. So I'm really happy with this. I will say the one thing that I find really odd with Farrow is that often they don't do extra smalls. So I got this in a small. I think if you're petite, you would, if you liked this, you definitely have to get it taken in on the sides because I've gone up a cup size, and while this did fit me fine before that happened, I know that if I was much smaller around my bust or at least upper chest area, this would be a little bit too big. But it's just a really beautiful cotton dress. Very nice for when it is hot here. The next piece is one I've talked about quite a bit. I've talked about how disappointed I was with this purchase. It is the Realization Part Naomi Wild Thing skirt. Now, I feel like the moment for the skirt has still not passed. So many bloggers and influencers have this skirt, and I've only ever seen anything but praise for it. So I decided to finally invest when they had 25% off. I actually also bought the Edgy Dress as well, which again, it's so-so, like I think it's nice, but I wouldn't have spent over $200 on it personally. And you know, the thing with the skirt is when I pulled it out of the packet, it just looks so cheap. It was not at all what I was expecting, especially given that it's a skirt that retails for over $200. It's a very thin silk. It's not sheer, but it's just thin. It's not the best construction. It does bubble a little bit around the waistband, which I don't love, and I know that if you get a size that fits your waist but won't fit over your bum, you actually have to put the skirt over your head, which I just think is bizarre. The other thing I want to say about it is that it does actually get damaged quite easily. So I've noticed that there are little pulls in the fabric and also just little marks where I'm not actually sure what's happened, but maybe there's just been too much pressure on the skirt and it's just created a little mark. It's just a little bit disappointing. That being said, I think the skirt is incredibly flattering. I love the fact that it still fits me during the pregnancy, and I'm at the 6-month mark, which I think is fantastic. So it's been a really versatile piece for me, and I really love the little silhouette, the flared out detail that you get at the hemline. I think it's very beautiful and the print is lovely. But if you're on a budget, I would say just invest in a dupe as opposed to the real thing. If you have the budget and you're absolutely set on the style, then by all means go for it. But I just wanted to be really upfront and honest because I know for me, as someone who had seen so many people rave about this skirt, I was just sorely disappointed when it arrived. It's getting very warm in here. The next piece is a gifted item, and you guys love this when I shared it on my Instagram. I absolutely adore it, and I do wish it was autumn winter so I could wear it because it is stunning. This is from N-Or, and it is an Oatmeal herringbone oversized blazer. This is so heavyweight. It's basically like a short jacket, I would say. It's fully lined as well, which is good because it just gives you a little bit of extra warmth and also protects your skin against the wool, because if you are quite sensitive to wool fibers, you might find it a little bit itchy. I don't at all. It does have that rough sort of texture that wool has, but it's so beautiful. It has this little tassel detail at the back, which you can actually tie in and then create a bit of a ruched effect on the side, which is very cool. But I just adore this, and I'm so excited to wear it next year, especially with that neutral color palette. The only thing I'll say is that it is one size, so I would think it's probably best suited to someone who is an AU6 to maybe up to an AU12. If you want the measurements, just leave a comment in the comments and I'm quite happy to share the shoulder measurements and all that stuff with you. I did also buy myself more of an autumnal jacket. I've been seeing as a bit of a trend a lot of shirt style wool jackets, and I personally love it. I think it's very effortless, very chic, and there was one that I spotted on And Other Stories which just ticked all the boxes for me. It's fully black and it just has some snap button closures, and then it also has the placket style pockets on the front. which I really like this. It's so warm. If I'm feeling cold in the house, I just drape this over my shoulders and it does the trick. It's like a little blanket. So again, another one I'm looking forward to wearing a lot next year. I've already worn it a few times and I like that you can wear it as a shirt just with jeans or with some leather pants or something like that, or you can wear it open, laid over like a little mini dress. That would look so cute, especially with some open the knee boots or something like that. So another really lovely buy. One thing I will say about this though, I really decided I wanted to add it to my wardrobe. So I went through the whole hassle of doing mail forwarding and it was so expensive. I think the shipping to get it here was about $90, so would not recommend if you do not live in Europe or in the US where you can easily access And Other Stories. I will leave a link to the website I use for mail forwarding in case you'd like to go and check that out, but I just thought it was a bit too expensive. The next item no longer fits me, but I thought I'd talk about it anyway. I do have it very nicely stored away for next year. It is a pair of leather trousers from Girlfriend Denim. You will have seen me wearing these and I have talked about them in a video before. I think it was in a what I wear in a week video. I've been looking for nice leather trousers for years now, and when I spotted these, they really just ticked all the boxes for me. They're a nice slim skinny fit through the leg, but they're not completely skinny. They do have a little bit of a straightness towards the ankle. They're nice and high-waisted. I just feel like they're such a gorgeous fit. I actually tried on the 25 and the 26 and decided that the 26 was a better fit for me, so I kept those. I figured they'd also be better once the baby comes as well. Something like this is definitely a major investment, but I figured for my own personal style and what I want my wardrobe to look like moving forward, they were perfect. I'm so pleased with the quality. The leather is really substantial, really soft though and malleable, and I'm so excited to wear them again next year when the baby comes. So just something I'm very pleased that I invested in. I had another accessory I wanted to share. This one is the other gifted piece, and it is this beautiful dark brown mock croc leather bag from Teresa Wang. I adore this. I love the structural handle on it, the gold hardware, and it's a very simple sort of sleek minimal design. It actually has a shoulder strap as well on the inside, and it does just pop open like that. I will say that this strap here is very hard to open and close if you want to adjust it at all, but the quality of it is divine. It's a really thick, substantial leather and it has lots of structure to it. Definitely something I see myself wearing a lot over the summer and into next year as well. The final two items I wanted to share are from Cézanne, and I have done a whole blog post about what I ordered during my second order from Cézanne, which I'm going to leave linked in the description box below in case you'd like to go and check it out. I found it was very hit or miss, but I did find a couple of items that I liked. The first thing is I believe this is called the Conrad T-Shirt. This is a very simple 100% organic cotton tee in a grey marl, and I love the feel of this. It is soft but not ultra soft, feels nice against my skin, and it's not sheer or anything like that. The fit is lovely. It's a small, it's a bit of an oversized fit, and I just really love basics like this. It is expensive for what it is, but I'm really happy with it, and the seams haven't twisted or anything like that since I put it in the wash, which is a good sign. Then the final item that I have is another sweater, another more autumnal piece. This is the Chuck jumper, which was really what drove me to place the second order from Cézanne, and it's probably going to get fluff all over me because it is a bit of a mohair mix. Now, I've mentioned this before, but I prefer my knit sweaters to be 100% natural fibers. It's just my preference. However, this does have a bit of polyamide in it, or polyamide, I'm not quite sure on the pronunciation, and I think that probably helps to soften the fabric, considering that Super Kid mohair can be a little bit scratchy on your skin. I really love the fit of it. I think it's really nice, just an oversized classic crew. The detail that drew me in was this braided plaited detail around the collar. Just thought that's really beautiful. So I do want to kind of wear this lots, wash it, and share how it wears over time so I can get a better sense of the quality of Cézanne knitwear. And that one I got in a size small. Now, I actually think I'm going to end the video here. I'm really sorry if I whizzed through those last few pieces, but I kept getting dizzy spells, and I naturally have low blood pressure, but sometimes I just find it gets really low with the pregnancy, so I'm going to take it easy now for the rest of the day. Who would have thought that standing up and talking about clothes would really take it out of me? Gosh, I never really anticipated how easily tired I would get. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it's a bit short and sweet, and I hope you enjoyed getting a bit of a peek into the things I've added to my closet for spring, but also I guess a little bit of pre-planning for next year. If you have a favorite item, do let me know down in the comment section below. As always, I'd love to know what your picks are, and actually if there's anything special that you have added to your wardrobe for the season ahead. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time with a brand new one. See you soon. Bye.